Hello boys and girls. For the next few weeks we're going to be doing math that looks similar to what we were doing in the classroom instead of what we were doing in our review packet last month. So while we're doing this, I want you to have this packet with you that has all of your math lessons in it, okay, for topic 12. So today we're going to work on 12.1 just like we would in the classroom. And I'm going to read you the directions as you go through it, and I'm going to explain some things to you as we go through it, and you can pause the video at any time to work on the questions and finish things up, but you should have the video with you while you're working on this, okay? All right, so if you're on page 509, you're in the right spot. You can pause now if you're not there and get there, okay? All right, so your thumb is about 1 inch long. Use your thumb to find 3 objects that are each about 1 inch long and draw the objects. So you're going to go around your house and find some things that are about 1 inch long. Okay, that's about the length of your thumb. Mrs. Miller's thumb's a little bit bigger, so it's about the length of the top of her thumb. All right, but yours is about the length of your thumb is 1 inch. Go around the house and find some things that are about 1 inch long. Okay, so pause the video now and go do that. Okay, now you're going to draw those objects that you found down below the 1 inch mark on the chart. From your elbow to your fingers, from here to here for you guys, is about 1 foot long. So now you're going to go around your house and find some things that are about 1 foot long, and you're going to draw them on the other side on the chart. Go ahead and pause the video until you have that done. Okay, now, as always, we know that our math lesson is the top part of the page. Okay, so I'm going to read that to you, and you need to follow along while I read it. You can use the length of objects you know to estimate the length of other objects. Okay, so when you're estimating, that means you're making a really close guess. You're not making a wild guess, and you're not getting the exact answer. You're getting a close guess. Some small paper clips are about 1 inch long, as they shown in the picture. Use a small paper clip to estimate how long the eraser is. All right, so you can kind of gauge how big that paper clip is and count how many it should take to equal the full length of the eraser. The eraser is about 2 paper clips long, so it is about 2 inches long. Is it exact? No, probably not, but it's close. It's very, very close. All right, and on the last box it says you can estimate with objects that are about 1 foot and 1 yard in length too. All right, remember they said that from your elbow to your fingers is about 1 foot, and then for a yard, you have to use something much bigger. Like they're showing here, a baseball bat is about 1 yard long. Okay, so remember, inches are smaller than feet, feet are smaller than yards. Okay, so it says over here on Convince Me, in that big empty box right there, it says, is your height closer to 4 feet or 4 yards? How do you know? Okay, so you have to decide, are you 4 feet, about 4 feet tall, or are you about 4 yards tall? You have to think about that. Use your reasoning, right? Use what you know. They're also showing you in the picture above that a book is about 1 foot. So are you about 4 books tall, or are you about 4 baseball bats tall? Think about it and write your response in there, and you can pause while you're working on that. Okay. Now on the guided practice down below, it says write the name and length of an object whose length you know. Then use that object to help you estimate the length of the object shown. All right, so they're saying they're measuring a pencil. My paper clip is 1 inch long. Okay. My pencil is about blank long. So about how many inches or how many paper clips would your pencil length be? Go ahead and pause while you fill that in. Then on number 2 it says, My book is about, what did it tell you up above about how long is a book? And you can also use, since you don't have your whole math book, you can use the length, the long way on this paper. That's about a foot. And then my desk, or use your table at home. It doesn't have to be a desk. My desk is about how many feet long, okay? Your table, wherever you're working, how long is it? All right, so that means everyone's answers will be a little bit different on that, right? Okay. You can pause it there while you're finishing that, and then we'll look at the next page. Okay, now, on this next page, we have 3 and 4 in the chart. Just like in class, sometimes we skip some. We're skipping number 3 and number 4. And see, I put X's through them. You don't have to do those, okay? Then come down below to the bottom. It says, higher order thinking. Would you estimate the distance from your classroom to the principal's office in inches, feet, or yards? And then I want you to explain. Now, it says on there how many units. We can't find how many units, right? Because we're not there. So we're going to cross out the part that says how many units. So you decide, how would you measure that distance from our classroom to Mrs. Kelly's room, inches, feet, or yards? And why would you use that measurement? Okay, that's your job down there to explain. All right, pause it while you're working on that. And then we'll look at the back of this page. Okay, so on the back, you have some vocabulary practice that you have to do for number 6. It says, complete each sentence using one of the words below. Exact, that means what the answer equals, precisely. Estimated, that means a educated guess, your best guess, using what you know, not a wild guess. Inch and yard. All right, and so those are the words that you have in the word bank. Notice you're only going to use 3 of them down below. Okay, so they're using one of them to trick you. I'll read them to you, pause in between, and you can fill them in. And blank measurement is a good guess. The height of a kitchen window is about 1 blank. A small paper clip is about 1 blank long. Okay, so use the words from the word bank to fill those in, and pause it now while you finish that up. Okay, number 7, reasoning. Joy and Kyle estimate the height of their classroom. Joy estimates the height to be 10 feet. Kyle estimates the height to be 10 yards. Who has the better estimate? Explain. You don't have to think about our classroom. Think about the room that you're in. It'll be about the same. Okay, 10 feet or 10 yards. About how much would that be? So think 10 books stacked on top of each other, this length of your paper, or 10 baseball bats. About how tall is the room that you're in? Okay, pause it while you finish that. Make sure that you're explaining, right? It says explain, so you can't just write the answer. You have to write the answer and then explain why you believe that to be true. All right, number 8, higher order thinking. A city wants to build a bridge over a river. Should they plan out an exact length of the bridge or an estimated length? Or is an estimated length good enough, okay, for building a bridge across the river? Would you want to know exactly how far that is? Or would you want to make an estimate? Would that be close enough? You decide and you explain. Pause it while you're doing that. Okay, and then number 9, our last question for math today. If you hung in here with me this whole time, your math is done. Okay, so that's good news. You should do these videos with me each day. All right, number 9, draw a line from each estimate to a matching object. They say in the boxes about 1 inch, about 1 foot, and about 1 yard. Just draw the lines And that's it for math today. I hope that you worked with me through that. If we do that together every day, your math can be done. This video is about 10 minutes long. And as you pause in between to get it done, maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, so that's not too bad, okay? Work hard.